How's it going, everybody? My name is Absoulem, and welcome back. This is part 2 of my full platinum walkthrough for Hollow Knight. Today's chapter, we're going to kick things off by beta testing Silksong, then we're going to go get dangerously high on mushrooms and disgrace an entire village. So, I mean, what's not to love about Hollow Knight, am I right? But anyways, I hope you guys are excited for another installment of this legendary journey that we find ourselves on. So, let's kick this chapter off the proper way with today's foreshadowing quote, which is, to become a king, you must first dethrone someone, or in our case, 3 someones, or whatever. I mean, who knows what this quote means? It could be anything. But anyways, whenever you're ready, go ahead and load up your save file so we can pick up where we left off in Dirtmouth. Of course, before doing so, if you want to make a backup save to save geos or anything like that, I'll let you guys decide if that's something you want to do. And when you're ready, I'll see you guys in-game. Alright everybody, I hope you guys are ready to make some decent progress today as we are picking up where we left off on the bench in Dirtmouth, or if you're fancy, it's Dirtmouth. But either way, we are pushing on to the next area called Greenpath, so when you're ready, head to the right and jump down the well, which is always a good idea. Or at least it always goes well for me. you get it? Well, okay, whatever. Head to the left, and we are going to make our way to the room that's kind of below the grub home. If you remember, you might have thought about exploring it or something. We didn't really have the ability to do that yet, but now we do. Now that we've done Astral Mound, we have the like soul attack. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but we're about to use it here in a second. Some signage lore here if you are interested in that. And now we can fight this guy, and that's the ability I was talking about. So we got that in Astral Mound in the last chapter, and that's how we take out this guy. I think it's about 4 attacks. Yeah. So show him that we're not playing around today. We have places to be. And let's see. There's going to be a couple new types of enemies here. Now those little birds we want to kill for the Hunter Journal, but we can get some that are much easier later on. So here's a new type of enemy. Just watch out, they do blow up. So there's some birds. You can just shoot them with your soul blast thing. Come on, die already. Oh, I thought I had more jump. Okay, I guess I'm not able to jump as much as I figured. Oh, I know why. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm an idiot. My practice runs, I have one of the abilities, and I've been pushing that button this whole time, and I don't have it. That's the problem. I don't have it. We will get it soon, though. I'm probably like 4 or 5 chapters ahead on my practice, so... You know, when you get used to, like, a new ability, and then I come back and I'm like, oh, shit, I forgot how basic I am in my main run. But get those geos right there. Kill that plant for the Hunter Journal if you can. And then, let's see. Yeah, now we're going to be in the bench room. Get some more kills there if you want for the little birdies. And there is a bench right here. Let's go ahead and rest here. We don't have the map just yet. Alright, and now we can head to the left. And there's some geos hidden up and under this little thing. We should be getting a lot of geos today. I'd planned on getting them in the first chapter to make us a little bit more wealthy, but we didn't have as much time as I thought. So today we're going to be doing a lot, and then if we can make it to the area that I left off on in my notes, then we are really going to do it. But, oh my goodness, who is that? It's Hornet. If we look to our left, we'll see Hornet has just began her... I think she just made it to Shellwood, actually, or or something. I mean, we're a basic bug. We only call this Greenpath. Like, it's like, what do we call it? Like, oh, it's a bunch of green. I guess we should call it Greenpath. But Hornet's from the Citadel, you know, so she actually knows the name of this area. It's Shellwood. So we should cheer her on. She's probably in the middle of trying to track down all those purple flowers in Shellwood. So it's nice to see an old friend. All right, some geos there. There's gonna be a like a vine here in a minute. It's like a secret area. I believe it's coming up in a second. Yeah, all right, cool. We're just gonna make our way over. Not like that. Yeah, here we go. All right. Just you're gonna just break the vines, and if you're lucky, you can actually kill the enemies with it, the falling blocks. But you know, not like it's difficult, I suppose. Oh, I thought I had it. All right, let's see. Maybe I can lure him in. Are you kidding me? None of these guys want to die. What's that about? Why don't they want to die, guys? What are they doing? All right. That's, yep. That's one way to do things. All right, we're going to talk to Cornifer in just a second, but first let's backtrack a tad bit. All right, I'm getting one of these at least. There we go. I knew I could do it. I believed in myself. All right, so yeah, just basically kill them all. You get the geos and everything, and then once all the blocks are done, you probably saw me enter this secret room right here, in which case you can knock that down, which will allow you to access an item. So jump up here, and oh my goodness, it's a grub. So you can only get that if you knock down that block. So do that, and then you can just drop down. We can talk to Cornifer. And I guess we'll buy his maps. He does work hard on them. So that gives us our Greenpath. I don't think he has any extra... His dialogue doesn't matter. Well, I don't want to say it in front of him like that, but it's not important to like any like progression or anything. All we need for the trophies and stuff is the maps. But you know, he does occasionally drop lore, but definitely not as much as Chakra did. You know, but I wouldn't expect the game to be as advanced as the sequel. But I do appreciate that Chakra had like a quest and like lore, and you know, not that Cornifer doesn't tell you stuff, but I liked that Chakra felt more like an actual NPC versus just, you know, a map person. My God, why? I swear it's like sometimes it just like doesn't stop running. I don't know if that's me or the game. It's like my feet are slippery or something. All right, now we're gonna go in this room. This is important. We're gonna fight this scary monster in the bushes. I was gonna make an inappropriate joke, and I've decided I'm gonna be the bigger person today. All right, this man is going to give us a hunter journal. Yay. We can officially begin our journey to killing everything. It works the exact same way as it did in Silksong if you've only played that game. But if you're new to all of it, basically, we have to do two things. We have to find every enemy in the game and kill it at least once. And when you kill it at least once, it'll add it to the list here. So you'll see the blue dots on the left of like this one. That's like, hey, you killed one. Now you can start actually farming them. So we have to collect all of them. So far we have, you know, just a handful. And then once you find them, then you'll see on the right, you see how it says defeat 26 to unlock the notes. That's what we have to do. Whereas like I've already beaten the crawlids, so now I have the lore unlocked. So we need to do two things: get all the enemies found, and then also unlock all the lore for all of them for the platinum trophy. So this journal is absolutely crucial, and you'll want to speak to this man and exhaust his entire dialogue. All right, so that's important. We'll return to him throughout the game and turn in certain things to get rewards, just like we did with New. Let's see. Yeah, we've already done that. Okay, yeah, all right, cool. So I want to double check I got those. There they are. Okay, there we go. It's like, I know there's Geo's places. That was clean. All right, hold on. My notes are really out of whack here. Let me get that in order. All right, I think I have to go around really quick. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I never finished this. I knew I was missing something. Okay, surely I can jump this, right, game? You're not gonna... Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, wow, that was... my head was getting hit on that thing, so I guess be careful if you're coming at it from that angle. But anyways, free the grub. And now we can head to the left here. I finally, if you were listening to me in Silksong, I had a lot of issues with my notes. I finally figured out what was happening. Why it would like scroll to the top page or like another page, and it's because every time I was hitting pause on the recording, I have a hotkey set, which is the same thing as it scrolls my notes like all the way. So that's why I'm always like, why are my notes out of whack? It's because like every time I hit a button, it was messing them up. This is why I prefer writing down my notes. I like to work, you know, like manual. But I've, for the sake of I don't have any more journals left after Silksong, I've had to resort to the computer notes, and that's just gross. All right, so some lore right here. Don't learn too much with this one. They shall face the law of Un. Wow, it tells us a lot. Man. All right, and now we can open up a bench right here. We can't really do too much in this area just yet, but at least come over here and rest at this bench. And once we've done so, now we'll head back to the main path. This path that we're on, we'll access this later, but not much we can do down there. All right, some geos. I don't think we need as many plants. I think it's like 7 or 8 maybe, something like that. I think you could probably farm them right now. Oh, it's a little bit more. It's probably around 15. So if you feel like it, you can farm these enemies. We are going to be coming back through these areas, like, you know, a lot more than just once. I liked this game because the farming was much easier, in my opinion, than it was in Silksong, because this game makes you backtrack like 2 or 3 times per zone. So a lot of times you end up just kind of naturally getting the farming. You know, I think when I did it my first time, I only had to do like, I don't know, just like a few enemies. And then the special ones, you know, that are like tied to like certain areas that are unique or whatever. But for the most part, like the general enemies, I didn't really stress too much. But if you want like some enemies, they require more, like the flies and stuff. In which case you could farm them if you ever feel like it. That way you don't have to waste too much time. But yeah, okay, you might have seen the new enemy that's the big bush. When you hit it, it turns into the small guy, and then you have to shoot your soul at it. Or if you're fast enough, you can hit it. But it takes probably 3 or 4 hits, so... Alright. No! There we go, and then you can blast it, and it instantly dies, so that's the way to go. Hornet, now you better stop, alright? You got places to be, and I know it. I don't know why she's so bothered with us right now. I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I don't really know the lore of these games like maybe the way I should. I know where to go and what to do and all, but I don't know like the ins and outs of the story. But like, are Hornet and the Hollow Knight, are they like related? Are they dating? Like, what's their relationship? Like how do they know each other? Why do they know each other? Is it established in this game, you know? Because, you know, in Silksong, obviously, Hollow Knight makes an appearance at the very end if you do the secret ending. So I'm just curious, like, what's the connection? All right, let's see. Pretty sure I can't do this just yet. Yeah, all right, cool. We'll come back here when we get the abilities. All right, I think I can get those right now. Yeah, all right, cool. All right, once the flies are done, then we can drop down for the geo. All right, so, and then the other path, if you were wondering, the one that we like left back there that went to the left, that is an area that we'll have to come back in. We just don't have the abilities. So actually quite a bit of Greenpath we can't get to. We're only going to be able to get about half of it. So don't worry too much, you know, about getting all these items and stuff. We will absolutely come back to these areas. But, you know, if you're like me, then you get really paranoid about, like, completing stuff. You know, like, whenever there's, like, 6 paths, you're like, did I get them all? But we got some more geos here, as well as another plant that just wants to give us a hug. An eternal hug. Okay. Basically just clearing out the area. There is a bench coming up. So we're going to insert the geos there. That'll open up a gate that leads to a bench right here. And now you can see that we've opened up like the left side, and then this is going to lead back to that path that we kind of left behind. So there are a couple things we can get, but again, we are coming back to this area. So for now, I'm just going to pick up the couple geos that we have available. But as far as like actually looting and stuff, that'll be once we get a different ability, like much later on. If you've never played this game has some really awesome abilities compared to... I was kind of mad that Silksong didn't have some of the abilities. I don't necessarily want the same ones. I wanted Silksong to be different, you know, but I thought the abilities in this one were really fun to use, where in Silksong it's kind of like more tactical. It's more like actually useful, whereas this one was just like crazy abilities. But anyways, this is that path. If you see, like, this is where it leads if we had kept going. Like, this to the right is where we decided to go up and all. If you remember, we went up that way. So don't worry about that item below us. We can't get that. So basically on the map where my character is, everything from here to the left, there's a huge thing to the left, hallway and all. We will come back for all of those items. So don't stress too much about everything in this section. The only main thing right now would be getting the bench and the geos. So if you've done that, then you're all good. Now we can go do a lockdown. Not a hard lockdown by any means. I think this game does a really good job at giving you kind of small areas. Like, none of these areas are massive in terms of like the actual size of them, but the way that they make you like right now, I feel like we've pretty much fully explored all the path that we've been on. But then once you get more and more abilities, it's like, it's just crazy how much they pack into a certain area without you even realizing it. And it's like, it opens up a whole new side of things. It's just kind of, I always admire games when they can make a small size game feel very large. Dark Souls 1 did that really well. But we have some lore right here. And then we have some lifeblood for our lockdown. And there we go. I believe, yes, we got the life seed for the journal. So definitely get that. Shit. My boy, what are you doing? Whoops. So again, Pogo is the answer to everything in this game. What a tricky lockdown, everybody. My goodness. That worried me. Oh, hang on. Let me double check. I don't think we can do this yet, but let me just double check. Yeah, all right. So we're going to go up now from where the lockdown is. Don't worry about that guy. He just respawns every time. It's only the first time that the lockdown actually happens. Now we're almost done with this area. And we can get up to the top right there. We have to kind of go around though. And that's just a shortcut, or not a shortcut, but it leads back to an area we've already been. So I'll show you that now. You probably don't realize we've been in this area generally, because this is a new area in terms of we haven't been here, but we have been connected to this. And there's still more to this. We can't get all of it. But for now, we can at least come and get these geos. See that, whoops, that jump across, we can't do that. Which leads to a whole thing of geos and stuff. Ow. And then we can get these geos. So at least get those, the 2 geo rocks in this room. And then we'll come back for the other stuff later. But now we're gonna go play Silksong pretty much in a moment. Now this room here is tied to an NPC that if you're playing on Steam, there's a trophy that you don't need on console where you have to let him die and then you come back. And so I'm gonna show you, like, if you're wondering, the first playthrough you should always rescue him. And then that will be, the majority of people would get the platinum trophy if you decide to rescue him. But if you're doing it on Steam, you would want to do that on your first playthrough, and then maybe on your like speed run, or on the Steel Soul, whichever playthrough you're on for a separate playthrough. On one of those playthroughs, you're going to want to let him die, and the way you would do it is just not save him, and then return later, and you'll be able to interact with his body with the Dream Nail, which is a thing we'll get later. And you'll be able to get that trophy. So if you're wondering if you need that trophy if you're on Steam or whatever, figure out which playthrough. But on your first playthrough, you should absolutely always save him. So just knock him down, and then we kill the Vengefly. Wait, this is the first room in the Pantheon, the final Pantheon of this game. This is essentially the very first boss. So it works the same way. So if you get good at this, you'll be really good at the first room of the Pantheon. But that's a problem for a much later video. But I'm going to show you, because in the Pantheon there's 2 of these guys. But it's the same thing. You just pogo, and then you can shoot him with your soul if you want. And once we have more abilities, we'll be able to really destroy him. But we're working with what we got. So, come over here and talk to the boy. Zote, the Mighty. He's a little bit salty. He doesn't know how to say thank you, brother. And, you know, but it's okay. I think I understood what he was saying. I choose to believe that he was thankful. But yeah, definitely speak to him. Some more lore there, and then we have a grub below us. Oh, I keep timing it wrong. Alright, so free the grub. We can get some geos over here. Gotcha. Like I said, we are going to be rich by the end of today's video. Got lots of big geo rocks here. Up to like what, 1,400? That's not bad. All right, you might or might not recognize this, but that's that room that we were at with the bench and all. So if you need to, feel free to backtrack and go rest at the bench. That's up to you. All right, so that's the path we need to go on, but first we can drop down. And there's a hidden wall right here. Actually, I guess it wouldn't make sense to backtrack to that bench that I was talking about just a second ago, because we have another one. So get the Wanderer Journal here. That's a relic of sorts. Gotcha. And then let's see. We're going to open up a shortcut here. Get the little rocks here. Thought another. Oh, there he is. All right. At the very bottom, we'll open up. Let me kill that. Get that journal entry a little bit further along. But we have this shortcut here. So go ahead and open up that. And then another plant. And some more geos. And this just leads back to where we were with the vine area that, again, we'll explore later. So now we have a shortcut basically for later. This just helps us fast track. Whenever we do backtrack, we don't have to worry too much about looting or, you know, having to open up shortcuts and stuff. So it's best to get that out of the way, even though we don't necessarily need to go that direction. I've got to be getting close. 7 more. Yeah, that's not bad. All right, now we can rest here at the bench after buying it. So hit the bench, and then we can buy the stag for 140. All right, so now let's see. Yeah, I guess now we'll go and fight Hornet for a trophy. It'll be called the Test of Resolve. This is we have to fight Hornet multiple times. She's basically the Lace of this game. So we're going to be fighting her multiple times, and there's a trophy for each time we fight her, just like we had with Lace. So this is the first one. It's called Test of Resolve. It'll be our 3rd trophy. So far in the last chapter, you should have had Charmed for getting our first Charmed, and then the second one was for beating the False Knight. So now this is our third trophy, which will be for beating Hornet. And basically, Hornet's operating on kind of like a Threadstorm. Well, I guess it is Threadstorm, and then she has her basic attacks. So because we're experts at her moves, we know her moves better than she does at this point. You kind of know how to evade them. So do not let her use our Wanderer Crest against us. No one dominates me with my own build. Okay, so absolutely destroy Hornet, send her back to Bone Bottom. Hornet, you silly. There's one stun. Gotcha. Threadstorm. Ugh. There we go. We killed one Hornet. Go cry to Era. Yeah, that's right. Run. Alright, that is going to give us Mothwing Cloak, aka Dash. This is a big speed boost for us, finally. We get to actually do this. Whoa, shit. That was weird timing. That's crazy. Alright, definitely go through this. All right, so Dream 1, there we go. But yeah, now we can actually dash, so that's cool. So that, again, that'll give you your third trophy, Test to Resolve. Get these little Geo Rocks here. And we can open up the shortcut there. And then also there is a thing over here to the left. We can speak to Quirrel, I believe it is the name. This is the Lake of Un. Now there is a guy right here. You can kill him or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're going to come back here eventually. But you can rest in here and then speak to Quirrel. All right. Once we've exhausted his dialogue, we can head out. We don't need to be in this area yet, but there's a whole world to the left that we haven't explored. We just don't have the abilities to do so. So yeah, like I said, we will return. But for now, it's good to at least speak to him. There's a bench, of course, and now we're gonna head back to what do you call it? Dirtmouth, I think is. Let's see. Yeah, we can go the shortcut. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to that in the Stag Station, but. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, cool. So just head down here, get to the station here. We're gonna travel to Dirtmouth, which will actually open up the travel point in Dirtmouth, if you haven't already done it. Basically, you just have to travel from one of the stations back to the home base, and it'll actually open up that place. And then you'll be able to hit this. And now this is open permanently. So yeah, now we can access it from here, which is nice. And now we just want to exhaust all the dialogue of everybody. Alright, there we go with that one. And now we can enter the shop. I don't think he has any new dialogue for us. Yeah, alright, we're done with him. I'm gonna save it. We'll buy when we need to. There's some big purchases I want to make, and so I'm gonna save it for now. Empanada.
Bapanada.
All right, we got all of you.
Mobadis. Opum Sanjo. Opum Sanjo.
All right, Zelda. I met your father, Cornifer. I think he's her father. But here's our boy Zote, the mighty. So definitely talk to him. All right, and then we have this boy right here. Tiso. Or Tizo. And he is he's important for some more trophies later on. There's like trials and stuff. So don't worry about him. We just want to exhaust his dialogue, and then that way he'll move to where he goes in the world. And that should be all of the NPCs. So whenever you're ready, now we are going to start another section. Yeah, so what are we at? We're at 40. Okay. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try. It might just be a longer chapter at this point. But I'm going to try to get through to the Mantis. Let's just move quick, boys and girls. Let's move quick. All right, so back to Greenpath here. And we are going to be heading down and to the right where my map leaves off, basically. That big square on the bottom right of that area is where we're heading. So you can do this a number of ways. Yeah, I'm just going to drop... Whoops. See, I have a soul totem here. I don't think I've used it. Yeah, hell yeah. Get me nice and topped off. So now we can access this area now that we have the dash. So definitely get those. And now we're almost there. I can't make that jump, really? All right, drop down. And there is a bench, if you remember. So if you want the checkpoint, you can rest here. Let's see. Now we're going to head down to Fog Canyon, which is a pretty cool looking area. Also, these, you can ricochet the bullets back at the guy for the journal. Take that. I like that they just sound like a balloon. Also, this area, don't worry about this. We'll come back for this. That's something we can't... Well, we can, but we shouldn't. So we're not going to do that just yet. So we're going to head over to the left. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all the other paths that are branching off of this, we will come back for. But you want to find yourself in the bubbly fog. This is Fog Canyon. It's kind of a throughway for the next main zone. So these guys, whenever you hit them, they come back at you and blow up. So you want to try to be smart about it. You can also use them to kill other enemies. It just depends how you want to use it. But if you let's see, we can't go past this room right here, so we have to get a shade cloak type thing that allows us to pass through the void or the abyss. No, dude, Pogo. I missed both of those. What is my timing right now? So if you pogo on top of them, that's the best way to kill those guys. It throws them into the water, basically, if you're like close to it. All right. And we're gonna head to that room to the left real quick, and then that path to the right is our main path. But first, come over here and go to the room. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I gotta be careful. Okay, I gotta go up, actually. Hang on. It's this path. We can pick up the Hollowness seal while we're here. Go ahead and get some life while I'm here. Hate to die. All right, once we have that, then this is a path that we can't finish just yet. So, but it's good to have the relic thing while we're here. And I promise we are making it to a bench very soon. So now head to the bottom right. All right, and this is a path that we can't really use right now, but I just wanted to show this. Basically, there's abilities that we need in order to survive in the water and jump and all that. So all of these paths essentially are just inaccessible in this area. This is a place that we're going to come back to several times. There's also a thing down here that I wanted to point out that I'm not going to be using, but for the sake of completion everything, I wanted to show it. This is the bank with Mildred or Millith or something. Her name is, it's with an M. I know that much. Millie Bell. Who wouldn't have guessed that? Good old Millie Bell. So I will open an account just for the sake of it. Just to say we have it. We have an account. So fuck it. I'll deposit 50. Just so we have something in the bank. You know, I don't want to be a brokey out here. Okay? So you can decide to open up an account if you'd like or not. But just, you know, I like to let Millie Bell know that I do have stacks. But, you know, I don't trust the banks. Okay? It's nothing against you, Millie Bell. I just don't trust the banks. So you never know when the abyss will consume the entire world and my bank will disappear. But yeah, anyways, that basically, if you die, you can go and withdraw your cash, and it's a place to have safe keeping. It's kind of like the rosary bead conversion thing in Silksong, but in this game, it's just a bank. But yeah, speak to Quirrel here. This is location 3, I believe. He just moves around the world, kind of like for extra lore and all that. All right, and now this is Queen's Station, and there's an NPC over here to the left. Kind of a weird one. And we can't get up top in this area where he's looking or she's looking. But just to exhaust the dialogue for now, we can't really do much. But as you can see, there's like an area up there. So we'll get that later. But more importantly, let's come to the left here and buy the stag station and get the bench. And now, let's see, you should be at 4, I believe. 4 stag stations. All right, yeah, so you should have these 4 opened up at this point. Let's see. All right, we have some ground to cover. Hold up, let me see. Yeah, I'm going for it. Screw it. All right, we're going to knock out this entire zone. It's not hard, it's just there's definitely a decent chunk of things to do. But let's try to make it quick, huh? Yesterday's chapter was shorter, so I guess it balances out. So this is the Fungal Waste. These guys, you want to kind of get to the side or get above and pogo on them. Otherwise, they just spray a bunch of acid at you. Pop the balloons, basically. All right, so now we're going to come down here, and we're going to buy the map from Cornifer. I think it's 70 or 75. What is it? Yeah, 75. All right, there we go. And as you can see, it's a pretty large area. There's a little bit more than what you can see on the map, but you can also get these geos over here on the ceiling. And we'll come back to this area. We can't proceed on that path just yet, so now we have to come this way. Oh well, I'll kill him once I loop around. Now these guys you gotta watch out for because they blow up after you kill them. They have a pretty large AoE. All right, now this is a tricky little spot here if you're not used to these kind of enemies. I remember when I very first played this game, this area really upset me. Shit. There we go. But yeah, these plants, they shoot kind of like projectiles and then they blow up, but they follow you. And they've got insane tracking. And once you know how to like fight these, it's not too bad. Or if you're just better at maneuvering. But I remember when I first played this game, I was not very good at just the pogoing and all of that. And I struggled pretty hard with these plants. So if that's you, just take it slow. You'll see that these things, they follow you. You can use them against them. Like right there, I'm going to blow up that plant. And, you know, I can let them kill my enemies for me. But if you don't want to deal with it, that's fine too. You can just run past them. But we do need them for the journal and all, so. So we got that one killed. Just take it slow. Yeah, timed it right. Let's go. All right, then this will give us a Hollow Nest seal, which we need. And that's it in this room for now. All right. Ow. That was not very nice, plant. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I was on 1 HP like that. All right, well, at least I don't have to do too much there. Fortunately, I was... that area feels like it goes all over, but really it's just like 2 rooms, but you have to keep going back and forth, so... Luckily, I wasn't too far in there. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So, like... It's crazy, like, it feels like we just did a lot, right? But literally, I'm, you know, it's like this room, and then now we're back where I died. It's crazy how small... Oh, well... Okay, why am I running just automatically? Alright, I gotta take this a little bit more carefully. Hold on, before we go in there, there are some geos here. And this next room is pretty simple. It's just a bunch of mushrooms. But we can't get to this gate right here, so that's why we have to go around. But these are new types of enemies, and there's a little small guys too. So either jump and pogo or just stay below. But you'll see the little tiny ones as well. Like that guy. But yeah, just try to kill as many of these mushrooms as you can for the journal entries and everything. There's no loot in this room. It's just mushrooms. I like that sound. Alright, we can open up the shortcut there. That way if you die, you have a pretty fast path back to where we're at. And now we're going to do a lockdown with some mushrooms. So, you know, I guess take it slow. Nothing really difficult about this. Just don't get smacked down by the mushroom here. Dude, how am I supposed to, like... okay, where do you want me to go? Like, did you ever think to, like, maybe give me a path, game? Anyways, I'll cut it back to where I died. All right, I just got my spirit back, and now we're gonna do this the right way. You want to just target one of them. I just don't like when they put the slime on the entire arena. There we go. See, it's not hard. Oh, that one geo's outside. That bothers me. There we go. That's how that should have gone the first time. I'm kind of embarrassed I died to that. But this is going to give us an extra charm notch. So that's exciting stuff, guys. We have an extra notch. Don't celebrate too hard, all right? All right, we're on the last page of notes. That's exciting. All right, now we're going to spend some money by going up here. We're going to buy all 3 items that this guy has to offer. So to the right here, we can meet an NPC. And there's a bench. Nice checkpoint. And he's looking just fine. He looks like me after I finished the Silksong walkthrough. Not having slept for a while. So you'll have to bribe him. And then you can just go ahead and buy all 3 of his charms. We got money, guys. We got a bank account even. Like, we ain't broke. This is why I didn't want to buy all the stuff in Dirtmouth. Because we want to be able to buy everything here. So, basically the way that his stuff works is these are goated charms. Absolutely insane charms. I use these a lot. But the thing is, if they break, if you die, they can break, and then you have to come back and repair them for geos every time at this NPC. So realistically, you want to use them for really tough bosses. Once you kind of memorize their attack pattern, then when you're ready, you can put it on and then go and like actually beat it. It's also good just like farming and stuff like that. So this one gives you extra health, this one's extra geos, and then this one's extra strength. So great charms to have. But yeah, just use it sparingly. If you're, I wouldn't just use it, you know, while you're still learning a boss or something like that. But they're good to have early in the game. No. God, I just want to drop, Gabe, please. There we go. All right, head to the right into the Mantis area. Yeah, okay, it is right. Don't worry, you don't have to kill that guy if you don't want to. We just want to make our progression into the area. All right, now we're going to head down. And there's a Geo Rock there if you didn't see that. That's why we want to kill that one plant. I thought I could... Well, maybe I did. Yes, let's go. All right. Okay, so to the right there is a boss fight that we can't get just yet, but it is a very important room. But for now, we're going to head to the left, and we're going to speak to Cloth. Hello, Cloth. It's a funny name. All right, so we'll see her again. Alright, so this geo we have to bounce and then dash. Can bounce over and then up here for a shortcut. Well, try to. There we go. So now you have that. Ow. And now Hornet's not done with us. Hello, Hornet. I got you. Hold on. Get back here. Nope. Nope. That's not fair, Hornet. No. Ah, man. Anyhow, that's all we can do for Hornet for right now. So we're gonna give up the chase for now, but I will hunt her down. So now just come to the left here and drop down. Some big old monies here, which we need because we are broke again. Oof. Hello, game? There we go. That was trickier than I wanted that to be. Alright, so make your way to the right where we have a grub. Oh my goodness. Just die, please. There we go. Alright, free the grub, and then there's some geos to the left that we can pick up as well. Exciting stuff. Drop down and then we can open up a shortcut and also get some geos. So there we go, and then this is back to that room, if you remember, where we were earlier. So if you look on the map, we're kind of like where Cornifer was and all that when we bought the map. And we can't get up here yet, but that's another place we'll be. So now we're just gonna head back to our path. And let's see, we'll drop down. So these guys, you gotta jump on them and then pogo. And then there's another type here in a second that like kind of flies and dashes right here. So if you get right below them, you can always be okay. But they go diagonally, kind of like Hornet does. These guys are the ones that are like the most difficult out of this area because they sprint at you, but they're not hard. No, I don't need lore, game. Come on. Game, let me fight. It was trying to mess with me. All right, well, there is lore there. Very important to read that during the fight. All right, so basically just keep following the path linear. And get my heels up. And this is taking us to the Mantis Village, is kind of the end destination here. Now, before we head into the village, we actually want to go do a couple things in this bottom part. There's an NPC that we can't rescue it, but I do want to show it her, but then we can get also an item that we want. So more geos. Because the Mantis Village actually doesn't take all that long. Alright, that's all the enemies. Now there is a bench here that you can rest at. Don't worry, it will respawn the enemies, but we're just going to run past everybody. But come over here to the left. And you'll see that crying NPC over there. We can't get her, like I was saying. But for now, drop down. And pick up the Dashmaster charm. Also, you want to open up the secret room here to the left. And we can get some more mushroom kills. There we go. And then, yeah, we'll come back and actually, once we have the abilities, we'll be able to do the obstacle course up above. But more importantly, get the charm and open up the secret room so you have that opened up for later. And you're just going to have to hang in there, buddy. I'll be back. Oh, my goodness. Why can't you mantle like Hornet? All right, now we're going to enter the Mantis Village. Just run by everybody. Not a big section in this area. It's pretty linear. It's not very difficult, and it's not very much to do, honestly. So shouldn't take us too long. What are we at? All right, I'm gonna try to do it under an hour and a half. That's my goal. Just bear with me here. There we go. We have to get up and above. Oh, I forgot I have to hit this one right here first. So hit the door there. And then we can backtrack. Yeah, when you know where all the enemies are, it's not very difficult. This area feels like it would be scarier than it is the first time you go through it. Or at least it was for me. I remember not struggling, but more so just being a little bit timid. But really, this area isn't all that bad. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's just not very difficult. I thought it would be more parkour-esque because you get the Mantis Claw, and I just thought that they would put more like spikes and stuff like they do for the last half of this area. But, oh well. But Mantis Claw is a big ability. This is the wall climb, as you just saw me do. So like right here, we can bounce. And that is a huge ability, which now unlocks several areas in our where we went in our first chapter of the walkthrough. This now allows us to get to many different places. But I'm going to save the backtrack item collection stuff for in between like prominent chapters. Like we'll just kind of backtrack and get things when it's convenient. Like, for example, when I go to turn in grubs for something, like maybe then I'll grab something else along the way. Some more geos here. And we can open up this gate, and that's the last one. And it's going to open up the bottom floor, which leads to the boss and a few other things. But first I wanted to show this. We don't have to get too much done right here. Just want to get one of the items that's right here. Hang on, I'm catching up. All right, there's a Wanderer Journal right there. That's what I want. I want you, Mr. Journal. There we go. And this actually connects back to where we were, the Forgotten Crossroads and all that. We are going to come back because we don't have the abilities to do some of that stuff. But we got what we needed. We just wanted that Wanderer Journal and all that. So now we're going to drop down the big hole. Ugh, dang it. All right, and then we can fall down here. See, I thought the area would be a lot more like this, but I mean, I'm glad that like part of it is, but I thought it'd be kind of more of a challenge, but I guess, you know, they're pacing it. But open up the first shortcut. This is just in case you die, pretty much. You have these doors opened. So get that one and at the top, and then that one right there. And then this one we can just fall down to the right. Get the geos here. Hit that. And you gotta be careful on this one because it kind of pushes you back into the spikes. And we're pretty much done now. There we go, and then we can go up over here and open up this gate. And this room to the right, we actually can't do just yet. So this guy will shut it. I wanted to showcase that because I like how he's aggressive. He's like, "Nuh-uh, bitch, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta become worthy." So we'll do that. We'll become worthy. Why not? Alright, I gotta get to that gate. Alright. Am I missing something? Hold on. What am I not doing? Ah, yes. Okay. I was on the right path, but I don't know why I went off the right path though. All right. So yeah, it's just basically a big lap. And then when you're ready, you fall down the big spot right there. So this is going to be a boss fight. I'm just going to say, probably one of my favorite boss fights of all time. There's the upgraded version of this, which is like my personal favorite, but this is just such a satisfying boss. Once you get it, it's very similar to the workers in the way that it's like a geometric, it's just a rhythm fight. And once you figure it out, it's very addicting in my opinion. Especially the later version of it, when you fight all three at once, and it's just really good. So it's really like just dodge the downward attack. If they have the side to side, you jump over it, and whenever they're on the wall, they're either going to be on the low side or the high. Like that guy's low, so you know that he's going to throw the disc on the low side, and that's pretty much it. So when he's on the high like that, I can just go under the disc, and otherwise it's just getting a hit or two in. You can get fancier with it with the Soul Blast if you want. And eventually you'll take out the first one. And then you'll fight the other two individually. Or, I mean, at the same time. Grosta! Alright, so we've proven ourselves worthy to one of them. Yeah, this is a very fun fight when you fight all three at once, because it's just a really solid rhythm. I don't know. I used to, just for funsies, play this in the practice mode in the Pantheons just because I loved it so much. No, I got hit. So I'm curious if you like this one or not as well. Oh, dang it. Thought I could get a window of attack. Why do I keep doing that? I know I can't do it. I gotta stop getting greedy. I don't think that attack's working, guys. Try something else. Surely one of these motherfuckers is dying soon. Surely. Oh my goodness. Oh, what? Okay, what? I can't be dying to this. No. No. Alright, so I cut it back to where I was. I'm just embarrassed that I died to my favorite boss. I don't want to talk about it. Please don't talk about it in the comments. Literally, I was so excited to showcase this, and I died. Whatever. Dang it. In the upgraded version, you can use your ability, and that's what I'm so used to on that fast one. There's like a thing you can throw up in the air, basically. Why? Why am I being dumb? I usually like flawless this. I don't know what's going on today. Finally. Well, we're just gonna forget that I ever died to that. I promise. I know what I'm doing, guys. Stop. Don't judge me. Alright, well. I guess I own this village now, boys and girls. So, you can leave the thrones, guys. You don't have to stay. Alright, so this is the main path and all for Deepnest. What we're gonna do instead is backtrack. No, you better keep bowing. That's right. I saw them try to lift their heads up. No, I own you guys now. That's how this works. So now if you remember where that guy shut the door on us, essentially. That's where we're heading. So come over here. Now that I am in charge of this, yes, that's right, bow to me, sir. I'm gonna kill you though, because that shit you pulled with the gate was not cool. Not cool at all, buddy. So this is going to give us a charm. The Mark of Pride, which I like a lot. And then, oh my goodness. If we come up here, we can get a couple more things. So pop that chest and the Hollowness seal. And now we have a huge chest in here, which is very satisfying. Yeah! We can retire now. So just like that, I had to spend 1,500 and now we have 1,500 back. I got you your return on investment. But anyways, we're going to rest here. And this will be a good checkpoint. And also that Mark of Pride increases the range of the bear's nail, allowing them to strike foes from further away. It's very good for, you know, like, I guess certain areas of the game, but also bosses. You don't have to get nearly as close to them. It's the long nail, basically. So yeah. Feel free to set up whatever bindings you feel like are best for you at this point. We don't have anything too good right now, but, you know, it's something at least. But, yeah, I'm going to end the chapter here. And we'll pick up in the next chapter. We're actually going to be backtracking back up to kind of the beginning of the game and going a different route than the way we went. So this is kind of the end of path 1. You know, usually you do what we do now, and then you backtrack and go to the right side of the map and all of that. So that's what we'll be doing. Just to quickly go over it so you're on the same page with me. Here's a look at our charms. Let's see. We have those 4 maps so far. You should have the Mothwing Cloak, the Mantis Claw. Those are the 2 different abilities that we've picked up. And then I've got the map and quill that we've bought. We have 3 of the seals, 2 journals. And then as far as abilities, we have the Vengeful Spirit. And I have 2 Mass Shards. And that's all of our collectible stuff. So that's everything we have. If you have any questions, again, throw it in the comments or join the Discord that's linked, and you can ask the community. And I usually read those messages as well. So if you ever need help with any of these sections or bosses or whatever, there's a whole community in the Discord that we are growing slowly but surely. So I guess join it if you feel like it. But anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next chapter.